honey, I'm home. Nick Lachey, my husband, how was work? It was great, Vanessa Lachey, my wife of 11 years. I love hosting Love is Blind with you on Netflix, a platform that will never, ever go away. What are you doing? Oh, I'm just watching a YouTube video from one of my favorite online personalities, Harry James Miller. Oh wow, he sounds very handsome and erudite and like he has a unique perspective on art and culture that permeates his comedic observations. What was the video about? It was about Diana the Musical. He makes a joke in the video that I would like to show you.
I'm sorry.
If you leave, you and I are no more.
Did you just give me an ultimatum?
No, it's not an old tomato. It's an old bell pepper. That is a very good joke. It reminds me of when you gave me an ultimatum. That is true. I did give you an ultimatum. Wait a second. That gives me an idea. Does Netflix need another reality dating show set in Texas? Does a lesbian angelfish kill its lover when they both get so upset that neither of them have fertilized each other's eggs that they turn to murder? I'm not really sure if that's a yes or a no. Absolutely it does. That's a real fish fact. Great. Let's get a bunch of real couples together and see if we can't break them up. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'll say it. The Ultimatum is the hardest reality TV show to watch. Especially the first few episodes. And the last few episodes. And the middle few. It's also one of the most compelling dating shows ever created.
And yeah, I know everyone else has already put out a video on this, and I'm for sure the last one to the party. But it's been a rough May, alright? Why do you think I've watched The Ultimatum so many times?
Here's how the show works. We're introduced to 6 couples, and in each of them, one of the partners has issued the other an ultimatum. Marry or move on, that's the name of the show. All 6 couples are put into a hotel for a week, where they mingle and get to know each other and talk about what they want in a partner, what they don't want, that kind of thing. At the end of that week, there's a ceremony where people get to pick the person that they want to be their new partner, who they will spend the next 3 weeks with in a trial marriage. They'll go on dates, meet parents, live together, you know, stuff that only married people do. And it's not like Are You the One, which has the greatest reality TV dating host in history, Ryan Devlin, where like, the boys pick a girl to be with for that week, and the girls pick the boys. It's not like that. Both parties have to agree to be in the trial marriage. So don't worry, nobody is going to be stuck with someone they don't want to be with. And then after those 3 weeks, they go back to their original partner for 3 more weeks, where they'll do a similar sort of thing, and at the end of that, they will have figured out whether they want to, say it with me now, marry or move on. Thank you. So it's a 7-week process. No, it's 7 weeks. I don't know where they keep finding this mysterious 8th week, and I've been looking everywhere for it. In the cups that hide how cut up the conversations are, in Nick Lachey's eyebrows,
In my couch that looks like the couch is from the reunion episode.
So that's the concept. And what makes this show so compelling and also hard to watch at times is that these are real couples. It's not like Love Island, where single people come on the show and couple up and start dating, but at the back of your mind you're like, okay, this is a reality TV relationship. It's not real. When they stop filming, they're probably going to break up because that's what tends to happen. These are people who have been in a relationship for like 2.5 whole years. And they filmed from March through May of 2021, which means that these people dated for a year, maybe a year and a half. And then the pandemic began. And then they were dating for another year. And then they were in front of cameras. And you get to see them deal with their real relationship issues, and some of them break up for real, and that feels weird. A 2-year relationship ending on a reality TV show just hits different than a 2-week one that started and ended on that same show. The 6 couples on the show are Jake and April, who get a lot of screen time because they're both messy. April talks in the third person and a lot in group settings, and Jake has a steamy romance with another contestant. I won't say who. I'm not spoiling anything yet. There's Colby and Madeline, who I would not have expected to be the couple that's 7 months along at the reunion, but they are. Zay and Ray seem like if they just had a couples therapist for 2 months instead of going on a reality TV show, they might still be together. Ray was the one who gave the ultimatum, but sometimes it feels like Zay was the one who did and Ray doesn't want to get married. It's weird. Randall and Shanique are the most boring couple, and on a show like this, that is the highest honor I can bestow. They seem mature and like they have good heads on their shoulders, but they've won each one head per pair of shoulders. Is that joke gonna make it into the final cut? Probably not. Hunter and Alexis are fun to watch because Alexis is mean and wants her partner to be the sole breadwinner in the relationship so that she can afford a certain lifestyle while not having to do any of the work.
If Hunter wasn't making enough money that was reasonable, I would walk away.
And none of the guys can afford to give her that lifestyle, while Hunter is very amiable. So watching her watch him go on a lot of dates and have a generally nice time while every guy is turning her down is a lovely dose of schadenfreude. And lastly, there's Nate and Lauren, who are most well known because Netflix lied about Lauren's age. They said she was 26, but she's 30. It's such an asinine thing to lie about, I don't even know why they did it. It's the reality TV equivalent of men who lie about their height in their Tinder profiles. It's not gonna make or break how anyone really feels about you, and if it would, you don't want them anyway. The show begins with everyone saying either why they gave their partner an ultimatum, or why they feel unsure about accepting the ultimatum they were given. Colby, one of the two men who gave the ultimatum, gushes about everything he loves about Madeline.
I just want to be known as her man.
And Madeline doesn't seem that into him. She has a fair bit of fun getting to know everyone else.
I'm not ready to get married. I'm gonna enjoy dating other people. I have one life, and I'm with somebody who is going to fully fulfill me and make me happy forever, that there's no one out there better for me. It's always a question.
Nate, the other man to issue the ultimatum, really wants to have kids, while his partner, Lauren, does not. Hopefully they will resolve this issue by seeing other people for the next 4 weeks. This show's concept is bulletproof.
Psychologists agree an ultimatum is not a good way to get somebody else to do what you want.
Oh, so they know it's a bad idea, and they're still doing it anyway, and they greenlit season 2 before season 1 even aired. Can't wait to watch that one with ads. April, Ray, Alexis, and... April, Ray, Alexis, and... Shanique, again, boring. All issued their ultimatums. They all feel ready to be married. Their partners, not quite so. Most of them citing wanting to be in a more stable spot in life, usually financially stable, before they tie the knot.
I want to have kids later on, like when I'm ready, and that's why financial stability is.
Oh God, here we go again.
I want to continue my career and get a little bit more established. I'm not at a place yet where I'm satisfied.
I need to focus on myself as far as like financially.
Everyone dates everybody else for a week. It's fun. It's flirty. There's a lot of longing eye contact. And most people are understandably a little jealous that all these other people are flirting with their partner, while also confused as to why their partner would be a little jealous.
Are they on a date or are they just talking?
You said what?
Let me mind my business.
Look at somebody a little jealous already.
Jealous.
I'm not gonna lie, it's really weird to see the person that you came here with dating someone else and like laughing and having a good time.
This show also does that thing that a lot of reality shows do, where they'll play a song, but they'll only play like one specific lyric to the song that's so on the nose to what's happening emotionally in the scene. And I always think it's so funny. Let me just show you what I'm talking about.
It feels really good to be around someone like that. And maybe that's something that I've been missing.
Baby, I know we could get through this together. I know we could get through any stormy weather. Baby, I know we could get through this together. I'm stronger.
The dates go mostly as expected, meaning most of them go, this is kind of weird. Anyway, how are you? Except for Colby and Alexis, because Alexis is into Colby, and Colby isn't into her, so he turns her down.
I don't think I would see a future with you in marriage.
Twice.
I'm not attracted to you.
And she doesn't take it well either time.
I'm not really believing that story from you because if
But
you're
we have
so
a week
direct,
to do this. We have a week to figure out who we're gonna live with.
I would be like, hey, here's how I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to come off rude, but it's just not going to work with you and I. But you just...
I feel like that's what I said last night, though.
She starts telling everyone that he's a liar and a bad person because he's not attracted to her.
I just think you can do like 100% better than Colby. You have reservations. You might want to reach those reservations and really understand why you feel that way, because I felt that way.
Oh, so you just think you're so high and mighty, that you're such a big, big man that you should get to be with someone who you find attractive? Get the fuck out of here.
That's your reasoning why you don't see a future with me? Lies. Lip service. Bullshit.
While she was saying all that, Colby was crying in the bathroom because of how much he loves Madeline. I think it's pretty safe to assume he's gonna put a different energy out towards Madeline than he would towards Alexis. At the end of the week, there's the ceremony where they get to choose who they're gonna be spending the next 3 weeks with.
You all did choose to accept this ultimatum, and you all ended your previous relationships with a very clear common goal in mind. You all want to be married.
I guess for the purposes of the show, the relationship is over. But like in your head, you have to know, in 3 weeks, I'm getting back with that first person. Basically regardless of what happens in this trial marriage. So I feel like cognitively, it's got to feel more like a break than like a breakup.
You're about to pick your new partner. Someone you want to develop a relationship with. Someone you could truly see spending the rest of your life with.
No, you're not picking someone who you could see yourself spending the rest of your life with. You're picking someone who you could enjoy spending the next 3 weeks with. That's all it is.
Shanique picks Zay, and Zay picks Shanique, so they're the first couple. This begins Nate's Joker arc.
Are you kidding me? I had Shanique as my choice, and I promise you, I have a good connection with her, but maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me.
Jake picks Ray, and Ray picks Jake. Madeline picks Randall, and Randall picks Madeline. Things are going pretty smoothly so far. That leaves Colby, Hunter, and Nate for the fellas, and April, Alexis, and Lauren for the ladies. April goes next, and after talking about how she likes all 3 of the guys, she picks Hunter, which keeps Nate on his Joker arc.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hunter decides instead of choosing April, he's gonna propose to Alexis on the spot.
I love you so much. And you talked about clarity, and you talked about wanting to understand what I want and what I need. Alexis, will you marry me?
Yes. And everyone claps. It's a great reality TV moment. Everyone's really happy, except for April.
You've got to be kidding me.
But good for these two. Now we don't have to see Alexis get rejected by the other 2 guys. Nate will be with April, who he said he has the most in common with. Colby will be with Lauren. All's well that ends well. Until Nate gets up and proposes to Lauren. And the feeling in the room is demonstrably different from the first proposal.
Will you spend the rest of my life?
Absolutely. Yes, please.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I would describe the vibe as cat who's died of old age, and you're happy the cat lived a long life. They lived 15 years, but you're still in the room with a dead cat. So that means Colby ends up with April. They don't dislike each other, but neither of them are thrilled about the experience.
This sucks because we brought our partners on this experience, and here we are. Things didn't play out the way that we pictured, but that's life.
Let's not sugarcoat this thing. April didn't choose me. I didn't choose her.
Literally the day before, April straight up asked Colby.
Could you see us living together for the next 3 weeks?
And he said,
no.
Wait a second. So don't worry. Nobody is going to be stuck with someone they don't want to be with. There goes my credibility. Down the drain like the rats in Flushed Away. Now that we've got our 4 couples, the show tries to go into reality TV mode. They go on dates and talk to each other's parents and spend time together, and everyone kisses their new partner and sleeps in the same bed as their new partner, and then gets jealous when their original partner tells them that they're doing the same thing, but doesn't understand why their partner would get jealous of them doing it. It is all a mess. And again, these are real people in real relationships this is happening to. That feels like a Balesa intro, but it's not. It can't just be the fun and flirty side of reality TV, because you know in a couple of weeks, these people are going to have to talk to someone else and go, so do you want to get married to me? Weirder still, around the time everyone's getting settled in with their partner, suddenly everyone has dogs. They are not present at all. And then a dog pops up and I went, oh, that's so cute. When did they get a dog? And then everyone has at least one dog, sometimes more. Some of the dogs get little nameplates that show up as if they've always been there like the other contestants. And I feel like the show's trying to gaslight me into thinking the dogs have always been there when I know the dogs weren't always there. I know the dogs weren't always there. I know the dogs weren't always there. I know the dogs. There's a phrase I'm sure you've heard if you've watched any reality TV show. I'm not sure X person is here for the right reasons. It is referring to a contestant who is more concerned with the game of the show than living the experience and trying to make connections and doing all of the things that make a reality TV show fun for an audience to watch. I don't think anyone is here for the right reasons, not because they're after a cash prize or the title of winner of Ultimatum Season 1. Neither of those things are part of the show. I just mean that it becomes pretty clear pretty quickly that everyone's just trying to make their new partner's old partner jealous, or they're just trying to satisfy their own most basic primary drives. There's a boys' night and a girls' night, but it's not a cool GNO where you have to send out a 911 because we're going to have some fun. Everyone just goes, hey, are you kissing my girlfriend? Are you kissing my girlfriend? Well, stop it. By the way, I'm having a great time kissing your girlfriend. You want an example? Okay, I guess I could do that. April talks about getting cummed in, not by Colby, but by Jake, because she thinks that it'll get under Ray's skin.
We function as a wife and husband. And Jake was like, you're gonna be the mother of my baby. We never use protection. Every fucking time we've never used protection. He's never pulled out on me. Right. And like to have infertility issues and you say you're not ready to have kids, but your action. I'm sorry, what?
And everyone else goes, no, Ray and Jake are gonna get together after this. Goodbye, April.
But I think if you really think about what does Ray want, is Zay capable of giving you those things that Jake does naturally? Because you know he fucking does, or you wouldn't be smiling.
When they get back with their original partner, everyone has the conversation trying to suss out how far their partner went with their partner's new partner, while also trying to be coy about how far they went with their new partner. They do talk about how they communicated and got on with their partner and what they liked and didn't like, but there's much more interest in whether or not someone got a boner than any of the emotional stuff. That's not to say physical touch is not part of a relationship. It is. Different people are going to feel differently about what they want from a partner, physical touch-wise, and what they think is too far to do with someone else. I get that. But everyone on this show is allegedly there because they might marry the person they came with. So why not focus on the things that are stopping that from happening, instead of whether or not some third party found you adequately attractive? None of it's healthy. Because none of this experience is healthy.
This comes when Zay and Ray are talking to Ray's mom. And Ray's mom gives the most teacher reaction I have ever seen. It would not surprise me at all. This woman definitely teaches in a K through 12 public school.
Do you know why she interjects?
Because I won't be hurt if I don't.
Oh, whoa, okay. Well, that was a good one. She said because she wants to be heard.
Is that a non-negotiable for you?
Is that a non-negotiable for you to be heard? Can we figure out some way where I don't have to listen to you? Is that something we can do? So Randall and Shanique are having like one of their first conversations since they've moved back in together after the 3 weeks. And there's this green bottle that is just, I don't know why one of the camera people didn't move it or just move to not, but it like constantly is coming in and out of the shot. It is so distracting and so funny. You think we're over it and then it comes back. And then we're even wider and you can see the full thing. Why did you not just move it out of the way? I get that you're in a cramped space, but like just take it and do this even.
After multiple days of fighting, Zay goes out to get away from Ray and ends up staying out until 7 in the morning. No call, no text, no nothing. Ray turns to domestic violence.
I was so pissed when he came home, I literally punched him.
And she decides to end the relationship there because she's a little ashamed of what she's become. Remember when I said this entire experience is unhealthy? Yeah, me too. She is more than excited to tell Jake this news, and Jake is more than excited to hear it. Not the fact that she hit, but the fact that she's a single woman now. In the finale, it's pretty easy to tell who's gonna marry and who's gonna move on. Partly because we've been watching Jake and Ray eye fuck each other for the last 9 episodes, but also because of the location that these final standoffs, confrontations, I don't know what you're gonna call them, that the final meetings of people take place in. A beautiful gazebo? A proposal. A bench? Not so much. A clearing? This might as well be a young adult's New Year's Eve party, because this is the start of something new. In front of an arbor? I guess that's what a wedding arch is called. They get weddinged. At the reunion episode, which, by the way, if you're a producer for a reality show and you don't do a reunion episode, you might as well not do the whole fucking show to begin with. Reunion episodes are 98% of the reasons to watch reality TV. They put together these compilations of the cast saying the same thing over and over.
Whoever ends up choosing April is gonna be with April. April is a firecracker. Gotta be just as adventurous and loud as April. My last relationship, I had to leave a little bit of April behind. He's finally opening his eyes to April.
I got dragged on the experience, I'm taking it in full. One, she dragged me on this, and two, we agreed to go in this full force. She gave the ultimatum, I didn't. I got dragged onto this. She dragged me on, not dragged me, but she wanted me to do this. I didn't want to do this.
Kids and a family, like, I know that's a must for me. I want kids a lot. What happens whenever I'm like 36 years old and still don't have kids? It's like, now it's too late, like, we're never gonna have kids? Kids, children, dad, new wave dad.
Basically, they do my job for me, so thank you, Netflix.
Congratulations are in order for you guys.
Thank you so much.
Can I say this is our first ultimatum baby?
Yeah. We're all taking credit too, by the way.
What? You do not get to take any credit for this child. Nick and Vanessa, you were there for like 3 of the episodes. You're there for the beginning. You're there for the choice. And you're there at the end. But like, that's it. You are not responsible for this child coming into the world.
We actually heard through the grapevine your good news, and we knew that it was a little baby girl, so we got you a
little something, something. Little something, something.
You guys.
That's awesome.
Why would you not want to give a child a metal sippy cup? I can't imagine there being any consequences. God. It's going to throw it at one of their heads, and that's going to sting. I'm just realizing Vanessa made a big deal about, like, we heard it was a girl, so we got you this gift. And the gift was a sippy cup. What do boys not need to drink liquids? Are we gendering hydration now?
And then everyone hugs. And I guess we just have to wait and see what'll happen on season 2. So the show's called The Ultimatum, Marry and Move On. If you said it, thank you. One of the couples marries. 2 of the couples moves on. 3 of the couples didn't do either of those things. They're still in a relationship, so they haven't moved on, but they're not married. So they aren't married. It's not like after filming this, the producers can hold people down and force them to become legally entangled. So if half the contestants aren't going to do the thing that the show is called, why does the show even exist at all? Because it's entertaining to see the messy human drama of real lives that aren't our own and aren't our friends, so we're not even caught up in the messiness of like a Crossfire or something, and just get to consume that feeling in easily packaged episodes that vary wildly in length? Nah, that can't be it, right? Right?
I think that all the producers were really hoping that somebody would come on the show and end up marrying someone else who they met on the show. And that just didn't happen at all. I mean, you've been in a relationship with someone else for 2.5 years. Most people aren't going to throw that away for somebody that they just met. Like, at least not to marry somebody that they just met. Come on.
I think that season 2 of the show is going to have a very similar trajectory to that of the second season of Too Hot to Handle. Season 1 of Too Hot to Handle, kind of boring. Only one couple kept breaking the rules and losing the house money, and everyone else just kind of played it safe. And in the second season, either they found people who were absolute horn dogs, or the producers kept prodding people to break the rules and make the concept of the show way more prevalent. Season 2 of The Ultimatum is going to do a lot more in those trial marriages. I'm calling my shot right now. People are going to fuck. I'm guessing the casting call is going to be like, do you hate your significant other of multiple years and have no idea how to get out of the relationship but want to end it so badly? Come have sex with someone else on TV. And I'm guessing by the end of those 2 months, you two won't be together. Also, you get to meet Nick and Vanessa Lachey. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, and you wouldn't mind leaving a like or subscribing, I'd really appreciate that too. This is always the part of filming that takes the longest, is because I try to think if there's any like parting thing that I have to say, or if there's something else that I'm like happy with.
Honestly, the craziest part about this show is that these people volunteered their feet for free. You get good money for high quality images of feet like that. And they just gave up the goodies.